You can see this is an arm that we're looking at. And can you see all the wrapping? And like if we just took this muscle, it spirals into the bone, spirals through here, goes, down in there, comes over there, connects there. But what you're looking at is one system. So what our normal anatomy does is it says, oh, this is attached here and it connects here. But that's not how the body works. It's all a weaving process. It's tensegrity. So everything is connected, it's coming from the bones, and it's all weaving. And so this is such a beautiful thing to understand, because when you start to look at even this right here as a basket, as this coherent wrapping, weaving strength, you start to understand how linear movement starts to take you out of, just having just linear movements can start to take you out of that incredible intelligence of weaving that's happening in your body. Is this making sense? Yeah. So it's kind of like if you push on the side wall of a basket, what you'll feel is everything else responding. Or if you fill the basket up, you'll feel it get stronger. That's what we're looking at here. This is all weaving. So this is weaving through there, but it's not disconnecting. It just keeps going in all these different ways. So the bone is the space. That's the easiest way to find the basket in your body, the weaving in your body. If you just feel that the bone is the space. Yeah.
Like in the middle of the basket, kind of?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a beautiful metaphor.
Yeah. It's a really helpful way to find it, because then when you're moving, and it's interesting because you have to play with it in different ways. So sometimes it's like the bone is actually the foundation of the basket. But if you, rather than trying to push into it, just allow the spaciousness of it, then you start to find all this fluid unwrapping, all this fluid movement that happens, because you're moving from these spirals, these wraps that are going everywhere. Whereas if we're in a linear model is just trying to get linear movement. So it's just trying to go like that. It's its only goal. It has nothing to do with listening to the intelligence. And if you're looking to unravel or find more space in your body, unravel injuries, all these different things, just by following one, if you found one specific stream and followed that, it's such a beautiful way to take you into your own sensation. And then within that, you enter into your own intelligence. So you take back your body. So I just found my thumb from here. So now if I move from there, that's going to move my thumb. Is this making sense? Yeah. And so, there's I should have a little post warning here. This took over my life. It feels really good. And like I've said, I'm totally transparent. I'm not that smart. So this was really entertaining for me for a long time. It doesn't take much. But, so for example, one of my favorite places to find is the spiraling of the leg muscle. So finding this in your own body. The reason why is because can you see that this is fluid? This is just a bag of fluid water. This is just fluid. It's the spiral that creates that pulls it into form. So all of a sudden this is a muscle. But before that it's just fluid. The reason why is because the spirals are coherent within the leg. So it doesn't have to hold. It doesn't have to hold on. It doesn't have to over-stabilize because it's already coherent and it's spiraling. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Aren't there, while there's spirals, there's also linear connections. There's also, there are many directions of connections through a system like that. So you can focus on the spirals, or you can focus on the linear grounding, straight down or inside or out of the spiral. There's all sorts of
Yeah.
connections.
The lines are always going to have this going on to it though. There's always, even if it's subtle, if you look at bone, the way the bone is growing, it's going like that.
Hmm.
And it's because of the fact that we're fluid.
Hmm.
So everything that's developed from water is going to have. And that's how we ground. That's why when you see someone who's really, really grounded and strong, they're in their spirals, in their system.
Mhm.
So that you can feel a line that goes, straight through your system.
Mhm.
But to stay in your power, to stay in your ground, it's that kind of corkscrewing. Yeah.
Got it.
I was
Yeah.
recently really seeing that in some of the qigong movements, like kids are like screwing their legs on the ground and like
Yeah.
unleashing that chi as like.
Yeah. That's the spherical model. That's the torsion thing that we keep talking about. It's, as soon as you do that, eventually it's going to go like that. But you're going to be in your center. So I think what would be good is actually if we could just play with